It is time now for today's Strawberry Letter, and if you need advice on relationships, dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to steveharveyfm.com and click Submit Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter live on the air, just like we're going to read this one right here, right now, and you never know, it could be yours.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Strawberry Letter with my good friend, Shirley Strawberry.
Thank you, my good friend, Junior. Subject, how did I miss this over the years? How did I miss this over the years? Dear Steve and Shirley, I am 49 years old. I'm a married woman, and I've known my husband for many years. He's 62, and we met through a mutual friend who was a big recreational drug user back in the day. That friend was always the life of the party because he had his pills to keep him happy. My husband and I laughed about the friend back then because all we did was smoke marijuana. Now I think that my husband is doing a little more than that. Some days his eyes are red and some days his eyes are swollen looking. He said it's allergies, but he's never had allergies. Then I noticed that my cash would be short in my purse. I still prefer to use cash over my debit card, so I keep at least $100 in cash. I could not accuse my husband of stealing from me because I leave my purse in my cubicle at work unattended a lot. Anyone in my office could have taken my money. My sister-in-law said that my coworkers didn't steal my money. It was my husband, who is her brother. She said he used to borrow money from her, but he ruined that privilege by not paying her back a few times. She said that he's always been on some kind of pills, but he was able to keep it under control. But now it's getting bad because he has too much free time on his hands. He does sleep a lot during the day, and he's wired at night, and he likes to cook big meals at night. I wanted to see for myself if he'd steal from me, so I left some cash in the top of my purse. He took that money within 2 hours. When I asked him about it, he said he was going to use it for groceries. How could I be living with him and not know about the drugs? Should I confront him or leave? Well, honestly, it's not hard to miss what your husband has been doing because guess what? I mean, you're not really looking for that. To you, it's simply inconceivable to think that your own husband would do such a thing, but it's staring right at you and you didn't want to believe the truth. You want to think it's everyone else but him, your coworkers, the kids, friends, whoever, just not this man that you sleep with every night and you trust with your life. But your sister-in-law told you it was him. And he's doing this right under your nose because he knows you trust him like that. But then it starts happening so much, it becomes obvious that it can't be anyone else but him. Then reality sets in. Yes, it's him. It's my husband. He already did it to his sister. Then you set a trap in your purse for him, and that money was gone in 2 hours flat. So you see, that's how things can happen when you're living with a man and not know. Your husband needs some serious help. Should you confront him, you ask? Yes, of course you should confront him and ask him what's going on. He's your husband. You have a right to do that. But just keep in mind, he's going to lie to you about everything. You'll never get the truth. Steve?
Well, I appreciate you writing the letter in. But at the end of all of what Shirley read, your question is, should I confront him or leave? I don't see how you don't breach the subject. I don't see how you haven't brought it up yet. You either love your husband, you want to help him, or you want to leave him. That's really up to you. You know, I didn't hear nothing about you all having a great relationship. He's a loving husband. He's a wonderful father. He takes care of you. All I said, all I'm going to know is he steals. That's all I know. And he's 62. And you're living with a 62-year-old thief. Wow. You said you like to keep cash in your pocket, so you always got 100. Well, that's gone too. You say you leave your purse alone in your cubicle at work, so it could be one of your coworkers. Where you live? Where you work? Who do that? Put your purse in your drawer. What you doing? This is the United States of America. You don't live on Fantasy Island over in Fiji nowhere. Ain't nobody stealing nothing. You live in a city where people can steal and drive off. See, if you live on an island, it's less theft on the island because you can't go nowhere. We can come over your house or we can run around in a circle, but we gonna see you. You, lady, and his best friend was the life of the party, a huge recreational drug user. Birds of a feather flock together. If you keep associating with bad people, you gonna become one of them. All you have to do, somebody described this to me one time. Somebody said, Steve, write your 5 closest friends' names on a piece of paper. I did it. He said, now describe who they are, what type of person they are, and what they do. I did it. He said, cool. Now that's you right there. He said, that's who you are. Because see, your friends, you get to pick them. He didn't ask me who was my 5 closest family members. He said friends, because you picked them. Your husband picked the extreme recreational drug user. And y'all laughed at him because all y'all did was smoke weed. Well, they're doing more than that now. Whew. His eyes are swollen.
He said he had allergies.
She said he ain't never had no allergy.
Right.
He fiending. You need to find out what he taking, because that ain't weed. People don't steal for weed. That's most weed smokers. I ain't never seen nobody steal for weed.
All right. We'll have part 2 of Steve's response coming up at 23 minutes after the hour. Today's Strawberry Letter subject, how did I miss this over the years? We'll get back into it.
Some people that stole weed, but they didn't steal.
Right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
If you're a homeowner, you know it took years of saving, planning, and hard work to get in the door. Then make that house a home. Now, all that effort has built something hugely valuable. Equity. It's the portion of your home you truly own that can be tapped to fund what's next. And Rocket Mortgage is here to help you turn your home's equity into cash. Fund your next dream with Rocket Mortgage. Visit rocketmortgage.com today to find out more. Rocket Mortgage, LLC, licensed in 50 states. NMLSconsumeraccess.org, number 3030.
All right, come on, Steve. Let's recap today's Strawberry Letter. The subject is, how did I miss this over the years?
Well, I don't know that you missed it, ma'am, but I have a couple of questions about this. First of all, she says, should I confront him or leave him? You have a husband who is obviously a drug user. You can't lay no money around. It's always missing. You even did a test. You put some money out somewhere, and within 2 hours it was gone. When you confronted your husband, he said he was going to buy some groceries. Now, let me give you an example of what's wrong here, because I think you need to listen. His sister told you that the money that's missing from your purse is not from coworkers. It's from him. And this is her brother, who can no longer borrow money from her because he didn't pay it back. Now, that's your sister-in-law who said that. And he don't pay it back. She said that he's always been on some kind of pills, but he was able to keep it under control, but now it's getting bad because he got too much free time on his hands. So now, let's start getting into this letter right here. She told you because your husband got too much free time on his hands. He does sleep a lot during the day, and he's wired at night, and he likes to cook big meals at night. Where he work?
There's no mention of that.
He sleeps a lot during the day, and he cook big meals at night. Where do he work? We got a bigger problem than this money missing from your purse. Cause he ain't got no money. Then you said you wanted to see if he'd steal for yourself. I left some cash in the top of my purse. He took the money within 2 hours. When I asked him about it, he said he was going to use it for groceries. How could I be living with him and not know about the drugs? Should I confront him or leave? I don't see how you stayed. He sleep all day and he cook big meals at night. Where do he work?
And who's he cooking for?
What?
All this food.
Where's my money?
He stole it.
What is you buying? Why I ain't seen, you ain't came in here with no dishwashing liquid. You ain't came in here with no toilet tissue. You ain't bought no milk in here. Where's you taking this money and what are you buying? And why don't you work?
Get that food from that he...
What is all this food you keep cooking and you ain't grocery shopping?
He stole the money from her to get them.
Where's you taking all this food to?
That's why. Who's he cooking for?
Him.
You cooked a pot of black-eyed peas last night. You done made a pot of pinto beans tonight. Who is you feeding?
Some rice.
You taking this down to the trap house and all y'all sitting around getting high eating? You don't have a catering business? Why ain't you working?
But who cooks like that at night? That's crazy.
He burning his energy, Shirley. Yeah, he meal prepping.
Oh.
Ladies, should you confront him or leave? I don't know how you stayed. I don't know how you missed it. But now you know there is a problem.
Yeah.
You haven't mentioned one redeeming quality that this man has. He's a great husband, a great provider, a great father. You never mentioned none of that. He just sleep all day, cook all night, and steal your money. You can't keep 100. Now, let me take a shot at what peel this is.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I think you living with a 62-year-old crackhead. That's what I think.
I can go with that.
Yeah.
Wow. That's really
100.
extreme.
Crack ain't really been up lately. They really.
But that's not a peel.
It looked like it.
But
If
he
you're
went
62, you're 62, you can't see like you see no how. It look like a peel.
But he went from smoking weed all the way to that? Wow.
Most people that's junkies started with weed.
Junkie.
Because he's 62, he a junkie.
Are we in the 70s?
That's where he started. He's 62, he a junkie.
Yeah.
Now, back in the 70s, I went to a white college. LSD was big. That's a hallucinogenic. You don't want to take that. You be...
Polly. Oh, no.
Polly was hollering at us.
Okay. So
That was the first time I felt sorry for that parrot. I didn't like the parrot because it squawked all night long, you know.
All right.
Because they stayed up all night. We're not going to do that.
yeah, she definitely should confront him though about this.
Yeah, I think you should confront him and
Yeah.
then leave.
Yeah. All right.
Unless you want to be married to the 62-year-old crackhead. But I can't think.
Post your comments on today's Strawberry Letter at Steve Harvey FM on Instagram and Facebook. And check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on the free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good. You can download it today.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.